guys. So we're gonna do something fun today. We're going to make our own fantasy identities. And I put a video before this that explains what a fantasy identity is in Spanish. So watch that video first so you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to share with you who my fantasy identity is. And you're going to make your fantasy identity. And we're going to complete the My Passport page on page 21 of your workbook, which is the green book, that book. And you're going to complete it as if you are your fantasy identity. So not your name, but the name that you choose for your fantasy identity. So you're going to choose a name. You're going to choose a place where you're from, your hometown. So remember when we learned about all of the different countries and all of the different states, right? So you can look back and decide what country do you want your fantasy identity to be from. Or you can pick, if you want to be from the USA, you could pick a state. And you could pick a city within that state. So my fantasy identity is Jessica. I'm wearing my Jessica name tag. You guys are gonna make name tags too, so that when you're in your fantasy identity, we'll call each other by our fantasy identity names. So I'm Jessica. I'm from Denver, Colorado. I chose to be from the USA, so I picked a state. I picked Colorado, and the capital of it is Denver. So I wanted to be from Denver. It's the biggest city in Colorado. You pick your age, so I'm 34. I'm not 34 in real life, but as Jessica, I'm 34. Marital status is, are you married? Are you single? Are you divorced? So I put that I'm married. It asks if you have children. I don't have any children. I just have a dog named Elmo. And then for your occupations, I put veterinarian. We didn't have that word when we were doing occupations, but there was a picture in one of the pages we did, the one where you have to identify their occupations. Maybe that was in the homework book, right? That was in the homework book. Oh yeah, okay, so remember when we did what is the occupation? So there's a picture here of a veterinarian. So that's what I am. I'm a veterinarian. I'm a doctor for dogs and animals. A doctor for animals, a veterinarian. So you guys are gonna pick your occupation for your fantasy identity, and you can go back in the workbook and look over all the occupations that we learned and pick what do you want your fantasy identity to be, any of these things, or it could be something that's not on the list, like veterinarian was not in here. Your favorite color, I put red and purple because that's Jessica's favorite color. And then it asks you to list your hobbies. So I want you guys, you see there's 5 lines here. So I want you to fill up all 5 lines. So pick 5 hobbies, 5 activities that you like doing. So for hobbies, you can go back to the activities that we learned and then tell me which ones does your fantasy identity enjoy doing. And you can pick 5 of these. So as Jessica, since I live in Colorado, there's a lot of mountains in Colorado. So I enjoy skiing. You can see there's like a picture of somebody skiing and snowboarding. I don't know if there's any better pictures of skiing. Look at the mountains there. So I enjoy skiing in the mountains in Colorado. I also enjoy hiking because sometimes they're not covered in snow and maybe I want to go hiking on the trails. I enjoy rock climbing. I also enjoy cycling and I enjoy reading. So I want you guys to think about who you want your fantasy identity to be. You can be creative with this, whoever you want to be. You pick the name, you pick the city and the state and the country. You pick your age, if you're married or not, if you have children or not, or if you have pets. What your occupation is, what's your job, your career, your favorite color, and then 5 hobbies or activities that you enjoy doing, and you're gonna make your passport page on page 21 of your workbook. Put a picture of me there, put a picture of you there. And this is gonna be fun because when we are in our fantasy identities, we wear our name tags and we only speak in English when we're wearing our fantasy identity name tags because Jessica only speaks English. And whoever you make your fantasy identity to be, she only speaks in English or he only speaks in English too. So take a picture of this when you're finished to submit it to me. If you don't have your workbook yet, I mean, you gotta let me know because I need to know who doesn't have this because I need to make sure you guys get it. You can do it in like a notebook or a separate piece of paper. I'm gonna put the PDF file of this in here attached. And then just take a picture of the notebook paper when you finish, and then when you do get your workbook, we can just go back to page 21 and you can fill it out in here. So yeah, fantasy identities, yay, this is exciting and fun. I can't wait to see yours.